Hey everybody, welcome to the Scrolls YouTuber tournament. This is the first tournament we had, hosted by Wizard Zero, who I'm playing in this first game. There's four of us. There's Rastien, FalkenBur, and Wizard Zero. We ended up playing a match piece. So Wizard and I played, Falken and Rastien played, and then the winners played in a showdown. It was a lot of fun. Good to get together. We were all on Skype though. We were all chatting, and I was gonna just post the straight video, but I decided I would go ahead and narrate it instead because it maybe makes it a little bit easier for me to describe some stuff that's going on, and then it makes it easier for you to hear it so that it's not just chatter. And I couldn't really talk about scrolls I had in my hand and decisions I made and such, but as you can see, it was a pretty interesting start. I think we pitched a Quake, and then we decided to just get super aggressive with double Vader. We saw Decay, and then we also saw him pass. No, we didn't. Yeah, we saw Decay. We see Decay here, so we figured we might be able to salvage two Vaders and run out two five drops real quick. And I think that's what we end up doing. Wizard's deck is just an amalgamation of what he has on hand. So unfortunately, he's missing some stuff, but he'll get there. We do see that we're definitely in a pretty good position though, since we're so far ahead on resources, and we'll be able to take out that rat, and then we won't really have to worry about anything too terrible here early. I think we go for pitching the wolf here because fertile soil will help keep us drawing. We weren't super worried about being aggressive. I think we were just worried about running out of gas. We didn't really have any big threats. Our Wizard didn't have any huge threats on the board at the time, so it was interesting. Oh, by the way, I sped this up. This is like 1.25 speed, so should go a little quicker, just so I can, chat about the game. At this point, him passing was really good for us. We pretty much get to capitalize on our position. We're gonna go ahead and sacrifice the Vader so that we can draw, so we get more options, and that puts us back up to 5. You don't want to really rely too heavily on your Vaders for too long, and so having 2 on the board, I think, wasn't as essential as we said needed it to be. And from this position, we're in a pretty good state. We're at 5 resources on, and he's still on 2 each. We see him go energy here, and then pass. So obviously he didn't draw really great, but we decide to, I think, capitalize on our wolf position and just put down a wolf, and then we can mangy next turn. Yeah, which is what we do. We pass the turn, just get some beats in. But yeah, Wizard was a really nice guy, really good, good bloke. Can I say bloke? I don't know if I can say bloke. I just said bloke. Deal with it. Kind of waiting to see what he does, but I mean, it feels like we're in a pretty good position. At this point, there's not a lot of things that he could have to deal with our board. When you look at the resources he has available to him, some things maybe like a frost scale, but we're actually not worried about a frost scale at this point. He might be able to get a spark. There's a position you put yourself in when you go three resources where you don't have access to the big like game changing scrolls. So when he's sort of stuck on 2 of everything, you just sort of capitalize. And at this point, I think we take the aggressive position, so we let go of the frost gale, and then we put down the mangy wolf to capitalize on our wolf countdown trigger. It might have been better to put out the berserker, but I think at this point the mangy wolf countdown reduction value was sort of there, so we went with that instead. Yeah, looking pretty good for us though. I don't know that I like the split where I'm at position wise, other than to take out the two sort of second and fourth lane. I then can sort of focus on the center lane, but then that makes it easier for him to defend. But I wasn't super worried about it, actually. One of the things that I tend to do, and probably a lot of other people do, is that they'll get sloppy and just they'll just go ahead and put down whatever. They stop concentrating on their plays as the game starts to get a little bit more in their favor. We opted to make our God Hand a little bit better. We couldn't outright win it here because of that useless contraption, so we decided we would just put a big team down, and then we'd have sort of relentless guys that could come and hit through. And I think that's what we end up doing. He goes to defend his 5 health idol, and then a God Hand just sort of seals it for us. So pretty basic game. He didn't really get a lot as far as stuff, so very low interaction, but he fought well, fought hard. Sorry, Wizard. Good game indeed. So then Rastien and Falken play, and their games will be up, but Falken ended up winning. So FalkenBur and I played the finals. This is the final match. I start off with a really poor hand. I'm not a fan of it, but what do? Sometimes you draw this kind of stuff. So we pitched the God Hand first, just because it's the least likely to get cast soonest. With double Great Wolf and Mangy Wolf, we're trying to play to a long game. We can see our turn 5 will be Great Wolf, and our turn 6 could potentially be Crimson Bull Mangy Wolf, which would be pretty good, but we don't know for sure. Kinfolk Veteran is not what we wanted to see there. We didn't need that kind of aggression. We think about Frostgale for a half a second, and then we decide against it because I think it's too early, and there's potentially more value. So we're gonna hold back that Frostgale. We think about casting it here, but we see a second Frostgale. Second Frostgale means we're going to wait. We don't have a turn 4 play right now, so we're going to wait. Try and get some more value. So you notice we're on the 3rd turn, so the potential of him playing out more stuff is very high. So he could have another Kinfolk Veteran. He could have a Breaker, which wouldn't be great, but we're going to sort of sacrifice 2 points of life essentially to get some value from our Frostgales. Now at this point, we decide that we want to cast Great Wolf on turn 4 or turn 5, so our turn 4 is going to be double Frostgale, sort of clear him out. He does come back with a 3rd and final Kinfolk Brave. We could have been maybe a little more greedy, but I think it was the right play to just get those guys down. He puts his Brave in the center. We pitch our Fertile Soil because we want to value and prioritize the stuff in our hand. On his turn, he's looking for a way to get to attack our Great Wolf. He ends up, I think, sacking for resources here. Just trying to make the hard decision, though. This is a tough spot for him to be in. He can't really engage with the wolf if I have any sort of countdown reduction, so he can't come after it. But he does manage to sack for a resource, put down a Rat King to fill his board with rats, and then a Ragged Wolf comes out to deal a point to our wolf. We're definitely going to Mangy Wolf here. I think we sack for scrolls at this point. Rally is good. There is the possibility we could have kept the Rally there instead of the Great Wolf, and then just had been able to maybe get another attack in, because we definitely need to cast the Great Wolf or Mangy Wolf at that point. I opted to keep the Great Wolf just because I think the body was more relevant than being able to attack a turn sooner. Although typically in mono growth versus mono growth, your goal the key cards are going to be countdown reduction stuff. So God Hand and Rally will be key cards in this matchup, because essentially those are your mechanics that let you sort of hit more often. Although we do pitch Great Wolf here, our God Hand here, because we're just too far off, and we plan on using our Vitality Well to keep our other Great Wolf alive. So on our next turn, we can Vitality Well Great Wolf. He pushes the Sisters of the Fox away because he doesn't want it to die, which is a fair play. That means he doesn't have any sort of way to capitalize on attacks this turn. He did have to Crimson Bull there to take out the wolf. That was totally fine of him. We go ahead and put the veteran down. There is probably an argument that we sack the Vitality Well here instead and put the Great Wolf down, or sack the Vitality Wolf and put the Kinfolk Jarl down. My idea was to try and keep my wolf alive, though. It was probably a misplay. And by probably, I mean that was definitely a misplay. But we put our other wolf back behind that wolf, and feel like we're in fine shape. And hopefully we can weather this poison, but a Quake ends up doing us in. That did cost him his whole turn, though, so we have another turn to set up. Unfortunately, he has 4 scrolls in hand while we have 0. We have to pitch the Berserker just because you've got to draw. It didn't pan out so great for us, but I'm happy to get 2 bodies to sort of block our bodies, or to keep our guys alive. I probably mixed up the order of these. The Brave probably should have been in front of the Veteran, so that I would have sort of staggered my countdowns. So like as it stands now, I don't really have anything up in the top 3 rows that can get to deal damage, but I figured I would try and prioritize saving my wolf instead of saving my Veteran, and that's why I put the guy who had 2 toughness in front. We'll put down another Ranger or Brave here, but we hold on to the Ranger's Bane, just because if he has a way to make Mangy Wolf is not a great target for Ranger's Bane, and if he has a way to reduce its countdown, then we're not in the best position anyway. So we think if we can get an attack in with our Veteran, then we don't need the Ranger's Bane to kill the Mangy Wolf. If we can get an attack in with our Brave, then Ranger's Bane probably would work better. Here he comes with a bunch of dudes again, Rat King, but we're only going to lose a Veteran out of this. And then if we can find some sort of countdown reduction, again, the value of countdown reduction, if we can find a way to do that, then we are golden. And so then here's the God Hand. Like I said, God Hand and Rally, and to some extent Mangy Wolf are key cards in the Monogrowth Mirror. And I think we saw more of them than he did. I actually don't know if we saw any from him. Unfortunately, we don't get to kill that wolf yet. We're a point shy, but we're definitely in a better position, except for he has a lot of potential to deal damage here with his four scrolls in hand. The thing I think that slows him down is his lack of resources, in that he has 8, but he had to cast a bunch of stuff, Fertile Soil and a Frost Gale, so it sort of compresses the things he can do, although I'm only on 8, so I don't really have that many options either. The Fertile Soil really helped get me back in this game. I think it was going to slip away there, but now I have some options, and if I can get another, say, countdown reducer, that would be good, but we end up just putting out the Great Wolf and preparing for a big Alpha Strike next turn. So I think it goes Great Wolf, and then I have 8 to spend, so it's probably Vader and then Ranger's Bane. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think we put the Vader in front of our wolf, and then, or we just put our new wolf down and put a Vader in front of it. and then we just anticipate being able to rally next turn. So I think it's Vader and then a Ranger's Bane on the bottom guy, just because we're sort of worried about God Hand, not terribly worried, but we just figured we would take out that guy. We're starting to sort of pull away from it, and if we can keep pull away with the win a little bit, if we can keep him from having bodies on the field, we're in a better position. So that was why we pitched the rat. I'd say if I was him, I'd probably push the rat up to the middle of the block, but I actually don't remember what he does here. I know he plays out a bunch of stuff. But this was a good game. He thinks for a while. He's definitely in the tank. Oh yeah, Sisters of the Owl comes down. He's trying to hide a little bit. I think if he was really trying to run away or trying to stay out of it, he would. Sisters of the Owl might have gone down to the bottom. The rally and the Great Wolf lets us take out his whole team, as with the Ragged Wolf too. Do I really attack that? I think I attacked that rat, and that's really... Oh, no I don't, because I just summoned the brother of the wolf guy. That's what happened. I was like, what did I do? Do I really? Oh, because I'm going to rally. There's no way I can... Eesh, that was a misplay. That wolf should not have attacked that rat. I should have been doing another point someplace else. Oh well. Sorry about that, guys. But we're feeling pretty confident at this point, having him down to 2 idols on pretty low health. The Jarl's nice to have in hand too. I'm running Jarl. I don't know if I like it. I think it's fine. It seems like the new Jarl, I really like the buff, but I think I've misplayed it a couple times. It took me a few times to read it. We pitched the Quakes at this point because we are the aggressive deck at this point. We see Mangy Wolf will let us take out this top idol. Unfortunately, what that does is it strands our wolves up in the top idol, but I think if we can just kill that idol, we kill that idol and we kill that second idol, then we're really in a pretty good spot, which is what we do. So a Mangy Wolf and I think a brother of the wolf comes down. Yeah, we don't cast that Ragged Wolf. Yeah, we go Mangy Wolf. We see that we have 8. We want to maximize our resources, so we go 8 puts a Mangy Wolf and then a brother of the wolf in play. So we take out 2 idols. Our team's pretty protected, and we're now fighting for that 3rd idol in the center, while we have sort of other options as well, but feeling pretty good about our position. There are definitely outs for him. It involves, say, a Quake and a Frost Gale, I think. But that doesn't win him the game, that just buys him time. It's definitely been an interesting one, though. I really thought he had a really great start. But we drew exactly what we needed when we needed it. I think the rally here seals it for us, or rally seals it for us. Yeah. So we take it down, and that was that. Thanks for Falken and Rastien, and thanks for everybody, Wizard especially, for hosting. This was fun. I look forward to doing it again in the near future. Until next time.